Hi there guys, Barry from Copper vs Glass here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at two pieces of new kit that I've just bought, which is a desk tripod and a RODE video microphone. So let's take a look. So guys, first and foremost, of course, there is a reason why I've been off videos recently, and Michael's been doing a lot of the production on Copper vs Glass because I had to grab some new video microphone gear because the previous ones that I had unfortunately broke, so I had to pick up some new ones. So anyway, let's get into it. So the first one I have is the RODE Videomic. Now the great thing about this microphone is that it's got a hot shoe on the bottom and a thread mount as well, which means you can use it of course on your camera, which is the primary use, or it means you can thread mount it onto a tripod such as the one I have here to use just as a desk microphone recorder, which is really helpful. The actual, going on from the hot shoe, we have this really nice dark red absorbent shock mount, which as you can see gives quite a lot of freedom for the camera to move separate from the hot shoe and the camera itself, so you're really going to be cancelling out a lot of that noise and knocks that you may get translating through the microphone. Onto the actual body of the microphone itself, it's a nice square block which just hangs off the sort of left hand side to the centre of the actual microphone itself, with the cable trailing around the left side with a 3.5mm jack which can just plug into your camera or a computer. Now the actual camera itself does get powered by a 9V battery, which is in the middle here, and they say it can get about 100 hours of video microphone recording on this 9V battery, so nice good battery life there. The only downside that a lot of people have found with this microphone is the way in which you can adjust the sound properties. Now on the back here we have the switch which turns it on, and we have a 80Hz high pass filter which will cancel out low hum noises such as cars, air conditioning and so on. But if we wanted to, for example, increase the sound plus 20, minus 20 decibels, to do that is really difficult. There's a little spot inside the battery compartment where there's two little switch diodes which you have to use a very tiny screwdriver to move into certain positions to adjust it. So it's not a very quick access thing, it's not something you're going to be doing all the time, it is really for more of a permanent fixture. So that's probably the only downside if you're going to be wanting to adjust audio quite a lot. But cameras, for example the one I'm using, the EOS M, allows you to adjust audio levels on the camera itself, so I'm not necessarily going to be using that feature. Moving on to the main part of the microphone of course, which is the shotgun part. Now the reason why it's called a shotgun microphone is because pretty much all the sound you're going to be recording is actually going to come through the front. Shotgun microphones usually don't take sound from the side, it's just the front. Now this is obviously really good for videographers because you have it on the top of your camera and you're going to be pointing directly at the person you're shooting at, so a lot of the sound is going to be going in the front, which is exactly what you want. Of course it's covered by a wind shield here, but you can get the big fluffy sort of cat-like looking ones that you can put on here, but this is the standard one that it comes with. So guys, this is just a really quick test of the microphone. I've actually plugged it into my camera now, so you should be hearing the audio from the external microphone, which is the RODE Videomic. I hope you can tell the difference in audio from my normal camera. I'm just going to switch it over now to the 80Hz pass mode, and we'll see if there's any difference in sound. So I've now switched the camera over to the 80Hz mode, which is the high pass filter, which should filter out some of the sort of low hum noises, passing cars, which unfortunately I do have a lot of outside my window, but you should hopefully hear some difference in that. Now in terms of using this with my computer for example, I partnered that with a little desk tripod that I can use. Now with this is a Manfrotto tripod. It hasn't got too many positions, it literally is just a folding up tripod such as this, where you open it up, you sit it on a table, and it's really nice and sturdy, it's quite solid. It's not made out of metal, it is covered in plastic, but it does feel quite good, as Manfrotto tripods usually do. There's a red button on the front here which you press in quite firmly, and it's going to allow you to move the head on the top here. So it's really nice and simple to operate. Now this gold part on the top is actually not something that comes with a tripod. I had to buy it separately, specifically for this use case, because the thread on the top here is a very standard camera thread. It's quite small, and it's what most tripods will come with. However, the thread mount for the RODE microphone is quite a bit larger, and that's usually because boom microphone sticks or arms come with bigger threads because they're a bit more sturdy. So for this particular purpose I had to get a tripod thread adapter which takes a small thread which converts it into a big thread. So all I can do is is just simply screw this onto the tripod, and then I can screw this on to my microphone. And then I've got a really nice desk setup that I can use for my tripod when I'm perhaps doing a podcast or video recording, or if I'm recording sound separately from my camera onto my computer. Now, one thing, and this is perhaps a niche situation that some people may run into, the computer I'm using, as you may already know, is a 15-inch Retina MacBook Pro. Now, this is, in my opinion, silly, and I've only just found this out, but the Retina MacBook Pros do not have an audio input. So, whereas the old MacBook Pros, you could take the 3.5mm jack, plug that into your headphone jack, and in the sound preferences on the Mac, you could change it to input instead of output from the headphone jack. The Retinas do not have this, and I've only just found out, which is unfortunately, guys, why I'm using the sound from my camera. So unfortunately, it is going to sound a bit bad until I can figure out a way of getting the sound onto my Mac. Probably going to have to be a USB external amplifier that will take a 3.5 jack. But that is probably going to be my usual setup if I'm doing a podcast or if I'm recording sound separate from my camera. So in total, guys, this is my new microphone and tripod. It's the RODE Videomic and the Manfrotto desk tripod. I'll put links to both in the descriptions below from Amazon. The microphone was about £70, tripod was about £15. So for this type of setup, I think that's quite reasonable. So anyway, guys, this is Barry from Copper vs Glass, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.